I would say looking for a job is pretty difficult. It's harder than working on a job. I was out of work for about 9 months. My name is Joseph Wong, and I'm 60 years old. And I'm an IT specialist working for the VA Palo Alto healthcare system. I was born in Hong Kong, was educated over there, and I have my bachelor degree from a university in Hong Kong. And later on, during late 1970, and my family moved over to the United States. And since then, I'm living in this country, working in this country, and have my master's degree done in this country. When I graduated, I joined another big, huge company. Half of my duty was IT. Half of my duty was international business development. And then I make another transition. I joined a smaller company for, I would say, about 3 years. And then because of financial problem, and they closed the company, I start to call friends and my former school classmates and let them know that, hey, I'm out of work and I would like to join your company, or let me know any company they're looking for senior IT project manager. And I also joined quite a number of job support group. I was out from my home every day, 6 days, sometimes 6.5 days, and meeting people, talking to people. And then I also used my evening hour and went back to college to study networking, Cisco router, switches, Linux, that kind of courses. During these 9 months, I also work as a volunteer too. And I volunteer at church, I volunteer at the VA medical center. I sent out about 500 to 600 resumes. I got about 2 interviews from the resume I sent out or application, and most of my interview is through networking. At the first couple months, I really don't have high hope or confidence, because the more people I was talking to, I just say, okay, it's like the end of the world, you know. As the 3rd or the 4th month, I started to woke up a little bit and realized, hey, wait a minute. You know, one morning when I look at the Wall Street Journal about the unemployment rate, and they said, the newspaper said that nationwide is about 10%. In certain regions, like in California, it's 12-14%. And then I said to myself, okay, let's inflate the number a little bigger, say 20% in California. So what that means was 80 people still working. It's only 20 people not working. So I said to myself, okay, I got it, that's it. So I said to myself, I want to be on the 80% side, not 20% side. Then I running around, met more people, talked to more people, until on one occasion I met the CEO I'm working for right now, and he suggested me, hey, you know, I could have this for you, but the income is not like you used to be. He said, would you like to think about it? I said, okay, I'm more than happy to think about it. Talk to my family, talk to my wife. It took me about a week, a little bit over a week, for me to get back to my CEO because was the pay is not so good. Oh, I'm making about 1/3 when it compared to what I used to make before. I got 2 hands still working, my 2 legs still carry me running, and I said to myself, no, I take this job, and I go back to work, and I hope my share from the unemployment will go to someone or some family they really need this few $100s a week. That's how I make up my mind to take this job. And another major factor was I really like the working environment. As I mentioned to you earlier, we are serving those older vet. Most of them they're from Vietnam area, and I've been talking to them quite a lot, and I learned a lot from those old soldiers. And to me, and I feel very good, and it made me realize, hey, money is important, but it's not that important. And to me, and when I walk into the medical center, and I know I can support those nurses, physicians, and they can better serve the vet. They really need help. That made me feel a lot better.